You step into a room full of people. You open your mouth to speak, and suddenly, your mind goes completely blank. Your heart starts racing like you've just sprinted up 5 flights of stairs. It's as if your internal computer just completely froze and handed you the dreaded blue screen of death. Welcome to this English learning podcast for daily life, real conversation, and easy listening practice. Today, we're going to master the one skill everyone secretly wishes they had more of: confidence.
Yeah, that frozen feeling is, it's incredibly universal.
It really is. We're going to break down how to stop your mind from going blank and your heart from racing when it's time to speak. In this deep dive, we will be covering the 4 hidden barriers that hold you back, the 3 essential pillars for building unshakable confidence, mindset, action, and environment. And stay tuned, because we have one massive bonus at the end containing essential vocabulary words to empower your daily conversations.
Right, and if you are someone who has ever walked into a room, wanted to speak up, but held back because a little voice whispered, "Don't, you'll embarrass yourself," well, this deep dive is custom tailored for you.
Exactly. Whether you are giving a presentation, meeting new people, or practicing a new language, you belong here.
And I just want to jump in and say, confidence is not a magical genetic gift given to a lucky few. I mean, it's a tangible skill built step by step. So I highly encourage you to take active steps today. Practice speaking out loud with a human partner or even an AI partner to immediately apply what you learn.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because before we can build confidence, we have to unlearn what we think it actually is. Like, when I picture a confident person, my default image is usually the loudest person in the room. The person who never stutters, never sweats, and absolutely never makes a mistake.
Right. We constantly mistake volume and perfection for confidence, but true confidence is, it's much quieter. It's really just the belief that you can handle a situation even when you are incredibly nervous.
Wait, so the goal isn't to stop being nervous?
Not at all. It is about raising your hand and sharing your thoughts, perfectly okay with making mistakes. And it is believed that there are 4 main barriers holding people back from that.
4 barriers. Okay, what's the first one?
Well, the first is fear, specifically the fear of failure, judgment, and embarrassment.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that fear is paralyzing.
It is. From an evolutionary standpoint, being mocked used to mean exile. So your brain treats that social risk like a literal survival threat. And the second barrier is comparison.
Oh, like looking at a fluent colleague and concluding, I'll never be like them.
Exactly. You compare your messy internal feelings to their polished exterior, which leads right into the third barrier, negative self-talk.
That internal voice insisting you aren't good enough.
Right. It acts like a relentless heckler. And that heckler gets its material from the 4th barrier, which is past experiences.
Like the memory of making a mistake once and being laughed at, which just paralyzes future attempts. Confidence isn't a genetic trait like eye color, it's a mental filter. Why do we let one bad past experience act like a dark pair of sunglasses that colors every future interaction? How does naming these barriers actually diminish their power?
Because naming them pulls them out of the emotional shadows. You realize it's just a predictable psychological barrier, like a false alarm in your nervous system, rather than a permanent reflection of your abilities.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
By the way, if you are finding value in breaking down these barriers with us today, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to keep this journey going.
So now that we see the barriers, we can move to pillar 1, reprogramming the mindset.
Okay, so how do we actually do that?
Well, it starts with the difference between a fixed mindset, where you think, I'll never be good at this, and a growth mindset, where you believe, I can improve.
Right, the classic growth mindset.
Yeah, and it is believed that neuroscience plays a huge role here. The brain notices what we focus on. If you repeat, I can't, your brain seeks proof of failure.
But if you say, I'm improving, your brain finds evidence of progress. That's amazing.
Exactly. And there are 3 tools for this mental reprogramming. First, affirmations, which are just repeating positive phrases like, I am getting better every day.
Here's where it gets really interesting. I get visualization, mentally imagining yourself speaking clearly. And affirmations make sense too. But gratitude, how does being thankful actually make you a more confident speaker?
I know, it sounds a bit disconnected at first, but gratitude actually lifts you out of a deficit mindset.
A deficit mindset, what do you mean?
Well, when you're afraid, you hyper-focus on what you lack. Gratitude shifts your focus to what is going well, which makes you feel secure enough to take risks.
Wow, that's powerful. So it creates a foundation of safety. Which leads us to pillar 2, taking small daily actions. Because a growth mindset without action is just daydreaming.
Exactly. You have to practice confidence in small daily ways. It's like exercising a muscle so it gets stronger little by little. And the very first action is just your body language.
Well, like standing tall and making eye contact.
Yes. Standing tall, smiling, and making eye contact tells the world and your own brain, I believe in myself, even before you open your mouth.
That's such a quick win. And what about when we do speak?
Well, your communication style matters a lot. Simple words spoken slowly and calmly carry far more power than complicated, long sentences rushed by fear.
People always try to rush when they are nervous.
They really do. So taking small daily risks is key. Ask one question, greet one new person, or practice one sentence out loud. And then you have to celebrate those victories.
Like writing them in a journal or verbally saying, I did it.
Exactly. There's a story of an important person, a professional named Ahmed, who was terrified of speaking at work. By practicing just 5 minutes a day, listening and repeating sentences, he went from staying completely quiet to leading company meetings.
Just 5 minutes a day. That's incredible.
It is. Another example highlights overcoming the hatred of public speaking by simply adopting the small habit of slowing down and breathing before starting.
So what does this all mean? To me, building confidence is like laying bricks. You don't build a wall in one swing. You take the small risk of laying one brick perfectly every single day.
That's a great analogy. It's the small habits that yield massive results. But of course, you can't just lay bricks anywhere. Which brings us to pillar 3, curating your environment.
Right, because you can have the right mindset and take daily actions, but if your environment is toxic, the bricks you lay will just be knocked down.
Exactly. There's a famous principle that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one.
So if you surround yourself with negative people who constantly complain, it makes it nearly impossible to maintain confidence.
That makes total sense. They just drain your energy.
But on the flip side, positive, supportive people lift your energy. Joining a supportive community allows you to see others practicing, making it feel safe to try and make mistakes yourself. You really have to consciously reduce negativity by limiting time with people who put you down.
What if you can't just escape your environment? Say you have a highly critical colleague at work.
That's a very real dilemma. In that case, it's crucial to actively seek out supplementary positive spaces like online language communities to counterbalance that unavoidable negativity.
You have to actively build your own oasis. I love that. Okay, it's time for our massive bonus at the end. We have a rapid-fire, calming vocabulary breakdown of key words from today's deep dive to boost your daily conversations.
Let's do it. First up is embarrass. Feeling uncomfortable. But remember, today's embarrassment is tomorrow's funny story.
Next is whisper. Speaking softly. Choose to ignore the negative whispers in your head.
Then we have hold back, stopping due to fear. Ask yourself, what small step breaks this friction?
Judge. Forming quick opinions. Free yourself from the heavy weight of others' judgment.
Struggle. A difficult effort. It's not the end of the road, but the actual path to growth.
Colleague. A coworker you can share the journey with instead of seeing them as competition.
Barrier. Something blocking progress. What looks like a wall today can become a door tomorrow.
Mindset. How you think about your identities. Is your operating system keeping you small?
Affirmation. A positive sentence to build yourself up and overwrite negative programming.
Gratitude. Being thankful for what you have to pull yourself out of that fear-based deficit.
Recognize. Actively noticing your own progress so your brain doesn't ignore it.
And finally, lift up. Making someone else feel stronger. True confidence elevates everyone in the room.
Those are powerful words to keep in mind. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought to ponder. We've talked about handling fear when it arises, but what if you intentionally scheduled discomfort appointments for yourself?
Discomfort appointments? Wait, what does that mean?
Well, what if deliberately embarrassing yourself in low-stakes situations is the ultimate secret weapon for invincibility? By doing it on purpose, you realize you survive it every single time.
Wow. So actually practicing being embarrassed on purpose so the fear loses its power? That is a brilliant final thought to explore on your own.
It really flips the script, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Well, to prove to yourself that you are taking action today, write, I'm consistent in the comment box right now.
Yes, definitely claim that consistency.
Also, leave us your feedback and let us know which kind of topic do you want for the next video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Keep laying those bricks, and we'll see you next time.